The commandant for Having Horizon. Shall we remain standing while we recite the second chapter of the national anthem at count of 2? 1, 2. O God of creation, direct our noble course, guide our leaders right, help our youth the truth to know, in love and honesty to grow, and believing just and true, break up sinners and sin, to bring the nation direct peace and justice. Amen. May this be seated. The Commandant's Nigerian Armed Forces Settlement Center, Air Vice Marshal Charles Cole, the Deputy Commandant, Major General Ewu Agbola, Directors, Senior Officers, Staff and Personnel of Nafrc. This afternoon we are gathered here for the combined Padre hour. And to do that is the Center Chaplain, Roman Catholic, in the person of Sub-Lieutenant Reverend Father N. Ati. And the topic for today's exhortation is responsible parenting. With a round of applause, shall we please welcome the Reverend Father Sub-Lieutenant Ati to the podium for his exhortation. Thank you.
The Commandant, the Deputy Commandant, Directors, let me stand on the very well established protocols. I am Reverend Father Sub-Lieutenant Moses Ati, Center Chaplain, Roman Catholic. I will be the facilitator of today's combined Padre hour. The topic, responsible parenting. And please permit me to quickly establish that for the scope of our topic today, responsible parenting, I will be using parenting and parenthood interchangeably. Today's topic for me, I think, is a topic that involves all of us who are here. In fact, all of us are parents in one way or the other. Even for us, clergymen of the Roman Catholic and of Christianity who are not married, we are parents. Parents in the sense that we tutor and we serve as guardians to many. Even those who are yet to marry, somehow, potentially, they are parents, because eventually they will grow up to marry and they will become parents. So for me, I think today's topic is very apt, and if we can give our attention to it, it will benefit us in our family lives. In another line, for we, the military men and women, I think the Padre's community most times is typically accused of bad or poor parenting. And that is why most often you hear people say, especially when somebody misbehaves. Don't mind him, he's a barrack boy. Don't mind her, she's a barrack lady. Sometimes, even individuals that are raised in the barracks are proud enough to say, don't you know, that is when they commit an unruly behavior, they are even proud to say, don't you know I am a barrack boy, I will deal with you. Don't you know I am a barrack lady, I am a barrack girl, I will use that sense on you. So all these negative assertions point to the fact that for us who live in the barracks, we need to give careful attention to parenting of our children. But in any case, the revenge should be what we should experience, because the military is known for bearing, the military is known for discipline and for decorum. Therefore, our families typically, and children raised within the barracks of military men and women that are known for bearing, that are known for decorum, and that are known for discipline. Our families and our children should typically be shining examples. So for me, we have to give and pay proper attention to parenting. For us to achieve what we are here for today properly, I have decided to outline our topic in this manner. I will give an illustration to capture the topic we are dealing with. After that, I will give some definitions of parenting or parenthood, making reference particularly to the two religions of Islam and Christianity. When I achieve that, I will give various categories of parenting with some practical examples to address the topic. I shall conclude with the relevance and the importance of good parenting. The illustration. During a Mother's Day celebration in a prison in a certain country, a group visited the inmates with greeting cards. The idea was that they will be able to send good messages and love messages to their mothers to celebrate them. The ministry already had offered to pay for the postage of the cards to their mothers. So many inmates came out of their cells to send the greeting cards to their mothers, to the extent that more had to be provided because there weren't enough for the inmates. Now, they all wrote very emotional messages to their mothers. Some were appreciating them for their love, for their care, for their concern, for their attention, and for their support. I will read out some of the words they penned down for their mothers. One wrote, "Sweet mother, you are the best." Another wrote, "Mom, I disappointed you. I am sorry." Another wrote, "I love you, Mom." Another wrote, "Super Mom." The other wrote, "Mom, this is your Mom of the Century Award." The other wrote, "I don't deserve you, Mom. You are too much." The other, "You stole all to pay for my lawyer's fees. I don't know how to thank you." The other one wrote, "All abandoned me, but you are just there. You are more than a million." Now, with these emotional messages of love, the ministry was encouraged with the responses of the inmates, and the prison ministry purchased a large number of guns when it was the day of the fathers. The idea was, they thought, if they wrote such emotional messages for their mothers, this time around for their parents, they need more cards. But then they were wrong. They were very, very unfortunate you discover that only 10 inmates came out to pen down messages for their fathers. So they were inquisitive and wanted to know what would be the reason. So they interviewed them. When they interviewed the inmates, gathered all of them and interviewed them. Listen to what some of them say of their fathers. First say, my father is the reason I am here. It's a bad example. The second one said, he was never in my life. I don't know him. The other said, I don't have a father. He is late, but he is currently and presently living in Ohio. The other said, you made me wild. The other said, I hate him. The other said, he beats my mom regularly. The other inmate said, that man is an idiot. The other inmate said, I don't like him. The other inmate said, he made me a gay. And gayism is two sides. When it involves the man, it's referred to as homosexuality. When it involves the female partner, it's called lesbianism. So, if this inmate was maybe a female, then the father made her a lesbian. The other said, I met him for the first time when I was 12 years old. The other inmate said of his father, he said he was not my father. The other inmate said, he divorced my mother when I was 3 years only, and I met him only twice after that. The other inmate said, he is a pastor of a church, but the devil at home. Very painful indeed. But it's a reality of our present life. The other inmate said, we had 3 boys, raised by an idiotic and alcoholic father, and we are all in prison. The 3 of them all in prison because raised by an idiotic and an alcoholic father. The other inmate said to the official, please don't even mention his name. The other inmate said, he introduced me to pornography, and I became a sex addict, and I became a rapist, and here I have found myself. And finally, the last one said, that idiot slept with my sister before me. Are we together? The responses might appear to be very so touching, so emotional, but the reality of life is happening in different countries, happening in our country, Nigeria. It was committed by human beings, and whatever committed by human beings is possible to be committed where human beings are. So in our community too, because we are here as human beings, and it's possible that human beings could commit this, therefore, it could be that likely it's happening here. But then, the illustration seems to exonerate the mothers, and then to chastise the fathers. But I would like to appeal to you to reverse the order. Where credit was given to the mother, place the fathers. And where the fathers were chastised, place the mothers. So it will now become collision. For instance, if we read that he made me wild, remove the he and put she made me wild, because it is possible. So, my dear people of God, the fact is, these are the things we deal with every day in the society. From this illustration, let us attempt a definition of responsible parenthood or parenting. Responsible parenting is defined as a will and the ability to respond to the emotional, the social, the physical, the psychological, the spiritual needs, the yearnings, the aspirations of children in order nurture them into becoming responsible citizens of the country. The will, the ability to identify and to respond to the social needs, spiritual needs, emotional needs of children with a desire of nurturing them and mentoring them into full-grown good adults. That is one of the definitions. In another way, if we want, it could be an act or a process of effective and balanced discharge of duties and obligations of upbringing of children and wards by their parents or guardians. Here, parents will always strive to detect the needs of their children and the desire to help them grow to becoming good adults. Now, let me establish that this responsibility is a shared responsibility. It's a shared responsibility between the father and the mother. And therefore, us, we, the guardians. Therefore, that responsibility should never be neglected. Number one, it should never be underperformed. You must perform it maximally. It should never be left just one partner. Now, to achieve this, the values of love, the values of mutual respect for one another, the values of care, the values of concern for others, honesty, tolerance, understanding, empathy, and good communication and cooperation should be the hallmarks of good parenting. Every parent must exhibit truthfulness, must exhibit good communication, must exhibit love and care for them to establish an environment for good parenting. In the light of the Holy Books, the book of Proverbs in the Bible says, when you read Proverbs chapter 20, verse 6, Proverbs says, train a child in the way he should go. And when he is old, he will not depart from it. So the task of good parenting is a divine task. It's a task that is biblical as well. Proverbs says you must train up your child in a way and manner that is good, that when he grows up, he will never depart from that good way of behavior. In fact, our Master Jesus was a product of good parenting. First of all, he was schooled by his father, who was a carpenter, Joseph. In the act of carpentry, if you are not a good father, you will not bring your child to learn what you are doing. So Jesus himself was a product of good parenting. Again, the parents would go with him regularly to the temple for worship, so that in one of the instances, we are told he disappeared from their sight. But when they realize, you find them tracing him back on foot, only to discover him after some days. If they were not good parents, I think they will not show that care, that love of going back to look for their child. In the eyes of Islam, the status of parents is very, very exalted. And the duties of parents and their responsibility is prominently captured by Islam. In fact, if you read the Holy Quran, there are so many verses that touch on good parenting. Islam outlines qualities of good parenting to include parents must be able to teach and bring up their children in the Islamic belief system and worship. Islam is also very clear about the upbringing of children so that they will be able to cultivate high moral qualities. The carefulness about relationship, Islam outlines how parents should tutor their children in the life of vocation, the life of education, and basically above all, in the life of discipline. So from the foregoing, you see that the two religions are very emphatic on good parenting. It's a blessing from God. When you do that, God will visit you with his favors. Now, let us look at different categories of parenting with a view of seeing the mistake that some fathers make, the mistake that some mothers make, and with the idea of how we can harness and harmonize whatever in order to bring up our children in a better manner. There are respective categories of parenting which some of us might even be fall victim of or will be part of. Number one category, absentee parenthood or parenting. Lots of parents are absent from the lives of their children. Millions of children are being raised by either single mothers or single fathers worldwide. It's not just about here, but worldwide. It is a mistake on the part of any man who abandons all his children, maybe to the mother only, or the other way around. The mother abandoning them to the father. Of course, some give excuses. I am Muslim to survive the family. I have to behave, not you will not feed. But then we must create time for our family members, especially the children. The second category, the midnight parenting. Some parents are home mostly at night while their children are fast asleep. Sneak out in the morning. Yes, just like I said, you might seem to have a justification. But despite this, yes, you must hustle to survive your family. But then you must share your time with your family members, especially your children. So, delegating parenting or parenthood. Some men or fathers delegate almost everything about parenting to their wives. They believe their only duty at home is to pay house rent, pay the school fees, pay other bills. That can never be enough. This is a very wrong school of thought. You can pay the school fees, but that school fees can never raise a child. Excellent father or mother must be involved in nurturing, in caring, in training, and in parenting his or her children. You are there ready to attend with our parent teachers day. You are there to attend meetings that concern your children. You are there and available in their life on very important days. When you do this, you will have a good children coming up. Let me shock you. It might seem that only men that delegate parenting to their wives. I know a young man who is married to a lady living in Nairobi. His only duty is to take care of the children. He does not work. The wife works to fend for the family. So in the morning, the wife leaves. Everything is delegated to the husband. She stays, returns at night, maybe basically when the children are sleeping. So it's vice versa. Do not think it's only men who delegate children, the training of children to their husbands. Some wives, though the percentage might be a bit minimal, but some wives do the same. The other category is the order judgment system. This is where majority of the youthful men, especially members of the armed forces, cannot escape. In fact, if you take statistics, you will discover that out of 10 members of the armed forces, 8 will always be affected by this. Basically, maybe due to the regimental line. Here, some parents run the order and judgment system. They give orders to their children in the morning, come out to church at night for their wrongdoings. There's no love, there's no intimacy, there's no interaction, there is no effective communication. In fact, I know of an officer that he will even go to the level of getting the children to sit on their heads. The idea can never be disciplined. You can only get away with such attitude, maybe in Nigeria, in Africa, or within the confines of the barracks. That can never be discipline. Executive parenthood. Lots of parents are executive in nature. They behave like managers at home. Their rooms are their offices. They issue orders to which everybody must obey. They have a formal relationship with their wives and even children. I am sure it's happening. Celebrity parenthood. Some parents who are famous or in position of leadership and authority are fond of having a celebrity mindset even at home. The boss nature at work speeds into the family, into the home. They behave like tea gods or semi-gods. Separate themselves from their children. And some pastors are very fond of doing this. The idea is they try to know the difference between spiritual fatherhood and biological fatherhood. So how they relate with their spiritual children out there speaks into their family and they behave formally even when they are born with their children. They are so far from their children and still busy even when they are born. They find it difficult to have a personal relationship with their children. The other group is a group I refer to as reckless parenthood. Can you imagine this one? Sometimes the father gets or the mother gets a fat salary, but he hardly drops a dime at home for his wife, for his children, or the wife for the father and the children. This is an act of irresponsible fatherhood or motherhood, and so, in so many cases, it applies to everybody. Some persons spend so much on ventures like clubbing with friends, on alcohol, on bet ventures. What is almost becoming today like a religion to bet a lot. The other group is the child abuse parenthood. Some parents, especially in Africa, believe that the best way to raise a child is to beat them and to inflict even injury on their body. They use everything to harm their children in the name of discipline. Some even use blades to harm their children. A father made a 16-year-old daughter to stand in the public stark naked in the name of discipline that she committed fornication. I remember in my primary school days, my classmate came to school with sharp cuts on his body. When we interrogated him, he said his father beat him up and cut him with a machete. This is happening. Can never be disciplined. It is abuse. Again, some time ago, those who followed the Facebook was awash with gory images of a father who tied up her daughter to a chair and beat her and bruised her body for indecent dressing. This is abuse and not discipline. Non-involvement parenting. Some parents are at home, but they are never involved in the lives of their children. They pay the bills and provide everything, but they will never raise a finger. They believe that their wives only, that the fathers believe, are responsible for raising children. This is wrong. Parents must be involved in all the phases of parenting, namely childbearing, child rearing, child nurturing, child discipline, child care, child training. This is what excellent parenting is all about. Wife battle. Modern men are still committing the crime of beating their wives, the mother of their children, even before their children with impunity. This is a grave mistake that the father must not commit. Children are born like tabula rasa, a tablet that their heads are blank. It is what they learn from the immediate environment that implants on their foreheads. And the importance of responsible parenting. From the categories we have mentioned, it's clear that good parenting produces results. Now what are they? Responsible parenting brings good, God-fearing, and morally upright children that cherishes positive values in the society. Good parenting nurtures children to do, to perform their duties and obligations in the society. To train children to avoid criminal acts, thereby reducing crime rates in the society. To train children also to know their rights and how best to secure these rights. Train children to be nationalistic and patriotic. Train children to be peace-loving. Train children to uphold law and order, thereby enthroning the rule of law. But then, on the other hand, it is under irresponsible and improper parenting and occasion disorganized homes where there is rivalry and chaos, inadequate support to family members, violence and crime-oriented society, setting a bad example, immoral children that behave immorally. Thank you for listening.
Shall we once again appreciate the Padre for that presentation? So now we're in the second segment of today's Padre Hour, where we're allowed to ask questions and also give contributions. And to start that, starting from my left-hand side, if you have any question or contribution regarding this topic today, please kindly signify by raising your hand. Say your name and go straight to the point. Any question? Next column, please. Questions, contributions. The third column, please. Any question or contribution? There's a hand over there.
To come and answer, please permit me to you have been already established in protocol. I am Warrant Officer Prince from Arizona Commercial School. And my contribution right now is the topic today is an eye opener to all parenting and non-parenting alike. You see, as a social workers, caregivers, we come across so many of our clients. We come across exactly what the referent have said. Because, for instance, thank God we are from Africa. A good parenting would be sometimes rigid and reflexible in parenting the child. When you're parenting your child as a good, responsible father or mother, but if that child happens to go out, except you will not have friends, but if you have friends, obviously the peer group is going to change that child, into a different mode. Driving, drinking, smoking, one thing or the other. And the parent is a very good parent, a responsible parent. Because in case I handle a child is from a responsible father, he lives in a house estate. You go to school with a car, a driver, come back home, the house has a gate, is locked up. But this child will still go out. We will lie to the parent, and I'm going to see my schoolmate. He will go. The driver will take that child there, and he will give the driver money. He tell the driver, stay here in this particular place. He will take a bike across to the boyfriend. And the boyfriend is not even responsible, is a dog. You see, if you go by research, you will know. Many of our rich men children, frankly speaking, they fraternize with touts, those folks that are not responsible in the society. Because as a social workers, we come across so many things. And this lecture makes so many our eyes to open for those parenting and non-parenting fathers right here. But thank God we are from Africa. where we can use a little bit flexible and rigid to bring up a child, back to the developed country where a single parent train up their children. Single mothers only train up their children. And you dare not shout for their children. Probably they will call police for you. That is why when you see such children, they become something else in the society. They have no respect for the others. They don't care. Whatever happens to them, they don't care. So, this lecture comes at the right time. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Next column, please, for questions or contributions. Any question or contribution from the first column? The last column, please, for questions or contributions. The absence of the our land is currently going to be upstairs here for questions or contributions from majors, equivalents, and below.
Deputy Commandant, Directors, Senior Officers, Civilian Staff, good afternoon. I was a care of you, the Commanding Officer for the Department. This topic, parenting and responsible parenting, is a source or route to an ideal society, where a society like good parenting, whether it is the outcome of it, it is disastrous to that very society. Let me begin by saying that Abraham alayhi salam was a father to Ishmael and Isaac alayhi salam. And as a result, God called him as the father of the nation. He was a father of nations because he was a good father. And that follows through generations and generations. Therefore, at a later age of our parents, they will come to a time that they cannot do things for themselves. As a child, no matter how old you are still a child before them. You have to lay the pillars of mercy for them to stand on it. Just the way they made their mercy when we were children or we were babies. We should not at any point in time look to them and say, oh, who is this? Or this father is not a father. Or this mother is not a mother. If we do that, we must expect our children to do so because whatever we give to our parents, the same thing is going to be given back to us. Again, a scholar, a sociologist, by mental capacity, is a non-sociologist. He argued that families have to prevent children from misbehaving in dysfunctional ways by encouraging them to conform to social norms through emotional support to its members. We know that development came across the world, and if development comes in any society, there are going to be social vices. There are going to be social vices in that society, whereby society will be witnessing cases of thieving, prostitution, and so on. With good parenting, these things can be taken care of. Likewise, the world has become a globalized world, whereby the cultures, the good cultures, are globalized. And by taking our children to live by the TV, to guide by the TV, we are setting them. We are setting our rules, cultures. The only way we can do that is by giving them a clear example. You cannot be a Ghana and expect, as a lady, you cannot be a Ghana and expect your children to come out for you. Same way, if you are a father and you try to become an elder father, the same way your children will follow. As such, this is a topic that comes at the right time, and it's for us to copy what is given to us now, or else we may end up crying before our children. Thank you, sir.
Thank you so much, sir. Any other person from Lagos who could be example? I'll now move on to President of the Conference.
The Commandant, sir, Deputy Commandant, Directors, Senior Officers, and Major FGO, the Acting Staff Officer, the working. My contribution is regarding child abuse and parenting. You can actually expose your child to some of these things without watching pornography. You can do it directly or indirectly. As parents, we should be sensitive enough to know when to take our child to the bedroom. Some of parents of today, like 3-year-old child, they can go to the bedroom with the child. She's still a child. He's a child. He doesn't know anything. But we should be sensitive enough that these children, they are looking at us and they are learning. They can continue having all this. How would I put it? I want to be like having sexual encounters with your wife. At times you think they are not seeing you. You should be sensitive enough to know where to do all these things. That's my own contribution.
Thank you so much, ma'am. I'll now move on to Lieutenant Colonel and the President, sir, for any question or contributions. In the absence of none, I'll move on to the Deputy Directors for their questions or contributions. Thank you, sir. I will respectfully request the directors if they have any questions or contributions on the topic.
Deputy Commandant, Directors, Deputy Directors, personnel, civilian staff. I have a contribution to this very important topic. And I want to start the contribution by saying that the first step towards a very good parenting is a selection of a good partner. Because parenting, as we know, in the ideal form is supposed to be a core responsibility, that is a man and a woman parenting. In some cases you have a man, single mother or single father, but that is abnormal. The normal situation is a man and a woman. So I want to say that the first step towards good parenting is selecting a good partner. So if you are a woman or a man, check out the kind of woman you want to marry or the kind of man you want to marry to be the father of your children or the mother of your children. Because these people I mentioned will only give what they have. So if from the beginning, at initial, you know that this woman does not have that training. It's either you set out time to train her before you marry her, or you look for already trained one and marry. Now, to the topic proper, I want to implore that so many times when we say good parenting, we talk of part of it as, like the Reverend Father rightly said, part of it is we teach our children how to worship God. Very important. You are going to the mosque, go to your children. You are going to the church, go to your children. But I want to say that this issue of parenting is far more important than going to the church and mosque with children. Because sometimes we just carry the follow imam and the pastor to listen to someone and come back. The necessary ingredient we need to teach our children to know so that they will be worthy human beings. We don't teach them. In fact, when you go to the churches and the mosques, whatever they pray when we come back, our actions and inactions at home gradually they undo everything that was taught at the church. Everything. Because when you come, you start telling your child, let me not see your father neighbor. You see this mama wait, you don't do this, if you are teaching the child to hate that woman, or you start telling them, these people, they are Muslims, so you say they are Christians, so no. People do that, they teach their children. You are teaching them hatred. When you go to church and mosques, they teach you how to be God, how to be delivered, how to be this. When you come back, you teach them differently. So I want to say that your actions and inactions are actually what to build up the child to be a good child. Not only what is being taught in the mosque or in the church. Now, what you need not to tell your children to learn is, what you need to tell them to learn is to ensure that they don't cheat. Teach them how not to teach. How not to cheat. Teaching is not smartness. Your child is selling on your behalf, and suddenly somebody forgot to change. Or he gave me 500 and I said, give him 200 and I gave him 20 naira change. The man cleverly, the boy cleverly need the money I give. He said, you're a smart boy. How is it smart? You're teaching him how to cheat. You should tell him, don't do that again. Call this man back, give him his change. The man has forgotten. So don't teach your child how to cheat because to come back to you one time. Don't teach them how to lie. No matter how, don't teach them how to gossip. All these things, we have to people. The man gossip. It's the women that teach their children how to gossip, even men. Come, what's happening? I see from Mama Isabella, Mama Isabella said, and even when they listen, and I saw, okay, I took my pass here at the call. What are you teaching your child? They're teaching you how to do a boy. If the boy comes in, Mama, see this, said, shut up, that's I didn't ask you. The boy will be discouraged. Tomorrow, say, I didn't want you. Did I ask you to go and buy my gift from you? I asked you to come and tell me what they see them doing. Gradually, the boy will now learn or begin to learn that kind of life is not good. Don't teach them how to cut balance, how to steal. Don't teach them. How do you teach a child to steal? It is difficult for you to say go and steal, but when the child, as a child, like the Reverend Father said, to a child, whatever he does is correct. Unless you correct him and tell him, no, this is wrong and this is right. Everything he does is right. The boy has come back with some money, maybe he saw money, 50 there and 50 there, and he brought, he said, how did you get this? And you do not worry him, you didn't ask him to take back. The woman said, immediately your boy left here, this is my 15 there. You say, my boy is 19, don't do this thing. If you do this rubbish, now me and man and brother, this thing goes to us. The woman will go, come, do you know? Did you ask me? Yes, mama, that 15 naira, don't do that thing, no. And you collect the money and you spend it. You are teaching your child how to steal. Don't steal. Teach your children to respect everybody, not only you. If you teach your child to respect only you and not to respect any other person, the child will not be a disciplined child. Let him respect everybody, including those whom he considers as being less privileged than him. Everybody. Then teach them how to understand the realities of life. When you have and when you don't have. Don't believe them, don't allow them to live in a fake life. This Salah will come now. You're always showing Salah club, but the Salah come, you don't get money. Teach them, my child, come. I used to do this thing, but this Salah, don't get money. So manage, this old cloth you have, wash it and go to the mosque. Don't come and say, Salah, go and do this. Go and ask, you go show this cloth for him. I've been doing it, I cannot pay. And these people will laugh at me. You are teaching the boy, you are not teaching the realities about life. Let him know the realities about life. Sometimes you are happy, sometimes you are sad, sometimes you have, sometimes you don't have, things like that. Let him know. Then I want to support the reverend that beating is not a form of punishment, but sometimes it's necessary. However, when you want to beat with caution. Some of you are the mothers, they never beat you from a house. You don't know how it feels in the body, and you never go in there, so they never massage you. So then you come and start massaging somebody's child, like, small thing, no. Everything has mentor, please. And then I had an experience in Akwa where I was working as a lieutenant, where somebody's child got job. She's a girl of about 16 years. The man locked her up, and he put her into the house. For 3 days, no food. He didn't give her house. Eventually, what happened? She said, okay, she now followed the boyfriend that he was accusing her of following. And eventually, it became illegally illegal. Because she followed him. So don't make a mistake. Don't punish your child with hunger. Say, say, you know food, no food for you. You don't eat. If he does not eat, it's something you go to another house and see food. Don't do all those things, please. Then, do not teach your child because you are a mother, responsible mother, and the father is somehow irresponsible. You already made the mistake of marrying a wrong man. Now you want the child to hate his father. This is your papa, it's like this, it's like that. You are telling him bad things about the father, so he grow up with the hatred of his father. And you are the one that because always, no matter how, always your father is crying. It's not that things are above him. It's like this, like that. The boy is going to understand that you try your best. Don't spoil your husband for your child. The boy will hate his father. So when you grow up and you build house for you and you don't build for the father, Then, like I said before, don't plant templates into their minds. Please, this is very important. Because I notice this in our society, this Nigeria, I travel some 50 countries like this. I don't see where people take religion seriously, like Nigeria. Both Christians and Muslims also, I go to Saudi Arabia, I don't see the way they see in them going to pray. It's not like that, it's not like us. When you go to Italy, you go to UK, you don't see them going to church like we go to church like no man business. However, our neighbors does not at all reflect. Those people, they're not even some of them, they're not even believe that it's God. But they don't lie. They keep to their promises. All these people are saying that they do it. So please and please don't teach your children to hate anybody because of differences of religion or culture or ethnicity or anything. Always tell them positive things so they grow up with positive minds and they'll be more important and relevant in the society. And please, do not take initiative away from them because you love them. You don't want them to do anything, everything you do for them. It's our time, they cannot wash plates. They are not that wash for them. They are not that wash their clothes. They are not that wash. We don't want them to suffer. So when they marry, somebody marry, right? He didn't marry. Then you call your mama, say, see this much you do like the house. You say, okay, don't worry. And if you know, okay, I'll bring food for you, don't worry. You cook food again and take it to his house. He's a married man now, he cannot do anything on his own because he's not teaching. You have seized initiative away from him. Allow them with their initiative. Let them learn to live their own lives. Just give them guide. And then, finally, please teach them how to depend and have confidence in their own thinking and their own decisions, so that they will not become follow. You know, peer group influence is very strong. If you teach your children to be confident in themselves, when they go out, friends cannot be pushing them here and there because they will stand and think and say, no. It's like this. Even when a friend is trying to push them this way, they will stand their way. But if you don't give them that training, you see that your children, no matter the training you give them, or when they go out, friends will watch all their training and they will follow the bad training which they see their friends doing. This is my little contribution. Thank you, sir.
Thank you so much, sir. May I now respectfully request the Deputy Commandant for his comments. Deputy Commandant, sir.
quickly point to what the director of training said about this Amebo thing. Probably the church is already showing it's a good future mass conference. Must not play with guidance. There is this adage that now operation prevents poor performance. Yes. So all this we are talking about parenting thing, it has to do with family getting their children well prepared for the society. Once you have a well brought up children, the society will also be equally a good one. So I will really agree with the Padre, our Reverend Father, that the topic is just right and apt for us to discuss whether we are married or not. Okay? Also, there is this adage too that says charity begins at home. For me, I would say everything good begins at home. So if the child is well brought up, we will definitely have a better society to live in. The Reverend Father said in a prison, some inmates were made to write something on Mother's Day. There's always mothers that take about 10 or 15 of it in a year. And they wrote so many good things about their mother. And the father said there's always once or sometimes they forget in a year. There are so many very good things to write. I would say to our female counterparts, well done for all you are doing, for the credit you are gotten. And we must keep it up, keep maintaining the home for a better society for all of us. And for we the men, we should, like the others advised, make a change to participate actively in good parenting. The Commandant Director of the gentlemen, the lecturer has been able to establish that responsible parenting is the ability to respond to the needs and aspirations of the family and children. So I would like to say that it is the duty of every parent to provide a child whose right it is that requirement of meeting up their necessary needs, financial support, provision of safety and security, and most of all, we supervise and control. A child has to be supervised and controlled to have that instilled discipline for a better parenting and a good society to live in. As a responsible parent, we must be able to notice and solve whatever emotional imbalance arising from our children, so that we put them in the right frame of mind to understand what we want them to know for a better society. So to this end, as a responsible parent, we must plan for the number of children that we can afford to take care of. If children cannot be taken care of, you now have a situation where you have to send some of them to your sisters, to your friends, to your uncle to live with. And from there, they might learn what you don't intend for them. So let the guiding principle be that you have a number of children who can actually be a good parent. We must, in all this, be able to adopt what I call peaceful strategies to always keep the family going. So whether you have to apply the strong hand, like we said, scale the rod and spoil the child, or by fetching or any of those earlier presented means as given by our resource person. So for me, once again, I think this topic is inexhaustible. We can stay here and discuss it tomorrow. And outside this place, I want us as parents to continue to discuss it, extend some of the things you have learned to your friends and those in our society, so that together we can all have a better society to live in. So I will thank our Padre for a job well done. It's obvious from the response of the recipient that it was well delivered and well understood. I thank you for it. It's a very important topic, like we have all agreed. to the Muslim brothers, I say Jumat Mubarak, and the rest of us, happy weekend ahead, and thank God it's Friday.
Shall we once again thank the Deputy Commandant and the Round of Applause. May I now most respectfully invite the Commandant for his remarks. The Commandant, sir.
It's been quite a while I stood here. I've been absent for so many weeks. I did look for what I would talk. So that's not because I'm around. The Deputy Commandant, Directors, Mentors, personnel, and civilian staff, good afternoon. If I want to follow my principle, I will not talk to you because already 1300. That Muslim faithful can go to the mosque. I think the next topic we will do like this, we'll give it to duty. But there's nothing to say again. He said everything, from left to the right. So please do not do join program. When you join program like this, go and consult him. Maybe he decided to take it or give you his handwritten notes to come and say there. I want to appreciate the Padre for doing justice to this topic. I only want to add something that I felt we reach that paper, which you said, or you didn't push it, you slice it. Don't like to make references to the Bible. Please be specific about references to the Quran, so that people can go and cross-check and read it and assimilate it. I think that's the aim of this party, and that's why it is combined. The truth about life is that you see a child and you see the child dressing and behavior, you know the kind of mood. You see some men and some women, they go out with their child, they are looking kinky with their child in the physical. This topic is responsible parenting, and there are two key words there. One is parenting, and the other one is responsible. So not all parenting is responsible. That's what it is. Growing up in our time, the parents, they don't have anything for themselves. They will make sure they give everything that they never have. And that's why if you look at nature, those who had enough, their children are not very well. The children will not suffer. And now their children who will do well because they have taught them well. The children that are now brought up will have so much. They don't have anything to teach them. It's a circle. It's a circle. So there are things that are peculiar to us. Like somebody said, you cannot spank a child abroad. But because of our environment and our nature, the child errs to spank. So the child knows that thing he or she has done is wrong. Not out of malice, not over punishment, just as a corrective measure. And that child will never do it. Will never. I've never spoken in my life. Because the only attempt I wanted to, my father beat the shit out of me. I never tasted cigarettes since today. But if you have allowed me then, maybe I would have been a chain smoker, I was smoking a book. Another thing about parenting is a factor of the environment. You stay in face me and face you. You are not around always. The children learn things from your neighbors. Like the party say, have time for your family. Try and discuss with your wife or your partner. These things are very, very essential for our own system of soldiers. You get deployed 3 years, you come only on pass 1 week. Highest, to 1 working days, you go. What will the children learn from you? Everything they learn is from their mother or their neighbors. So we have the responsibility to keep tab. Ask questions when you have the time to interact with your children. Thank God, ICT have made it easy that you can be here and be talking to your child in the living room on video call. As a parent, your child says something out of sleep and is making a mistake. Don't look at it as a mistake. Look at it that you need to interrogate this thing and find out where it's coming. A child that has not talked about going on holidays abroad and start telling you he wants to go holidays abroad. Those are the signs you look after and leave them to God. Parenting is not the one-time thing. It's a full-time job. Full-time. Even when your parents are grown, even your children are grown up, they are still dying. You see, one thing about life, especially in the African tradition, is that you cannot be grown up in the eyes of your parents. They still look at you with that eye that they look at you. I remember as a young person, my mom was sick. And she was in Guinea then. I was in Kaduna. Somehow, I had the space and time. And I called them at the base. We took an ambulance, went to our house, carried my mother, took her to the hospital. We give her all the attention, and I appeared. And my mother looked at me, she said, "That's one like this, anyway, you run around." I was upset. I've been upset. You cannot grow up in the eyes of your parents. So it is your turn now to look at it in that way. But you see, because of generational change, we need to also, as parents, upgrade ourselves. Before you can stand in front of your parents, your mother, your father have this law, and you are listening to like this, don't knock your head. Looking at you once, you know you disappear from that place. But these days, go to homes. Parents are talking, the children are even contributing. It's a factor of modern day life. So as parents, we will see how to relate somewhere along the line. Like I said, parenting is a process of raising children and providing them protection, providing them care, in order to ensure that they grow up in a healthy environment into adulthood. It's a big task. It's a big task. It's not just only providing the money. It's a big task. The Reverend Father has given a list. When you go to a bigger encyclopedia, what the Father has sent down and broken into four. And that four encompasses all the laws. There are certain people find them and go through. One is permissive, meaning that it is child-given. Maybe you have issues trying to have a child, and finally you have a child, you don't want anything to talk to that child. I'm not helping that child. It is child-given. Everything the child wants to do. And that one is neglectful. You see yourself. You don't care about the child. You are brought the child into this world, and that's why you are not involved in anything. You are absent when you use this correct word. You don't provide guidance. Yes, you're authoritarian. It must be your way or not. Then there's authoritative. Authoritative means you talk to the children. It's a two-way communication. You are involved in all you do. Do you know the impact that your child comes from school and you say bring your classwork and you ask questions and you sit down and solve it? It is unquantifiable. You can't quantify the impact of that. So, like I said, under normal circumstances, I won't talk because there's so much here to talk about. But I want to appreciate the Padre for doing justice to what he has done. I want to appreciate the rest of you. But one thing I noticed is that the center of gravity of this event, I've not attended a lecture on this here, is that the trainees are the center of gravity. Because they were begging people to ask questions today. I almost stood up and said, who asked questions 10,000? They said, because I got it. Please, parenting is serious business. Serious business. And let's put our effort into it and make sure we raise up children that will be proud of. God bless you.
Shall we once again give the commandant a round of applause? The commandant says, permit me to announce that it's been observed that most people, when they come for either lecture or Padre hour, they fiddle with their phones and they don't listen. So from next week, if you're being caught with your phone, doing anything on your phone, it will be seized. With that, we've come to the end of today's Padre hour. Shall we all rise and
New Year. When we are in the middle of the year. Off the camera. Off the camera.